In today's breaking story, Trump just got a brutal surprise at Windsor Castle in the UK. That's right, Trump's controversy continues to spread globally. How's it going, everybody? Hunter Avalone here with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Now, as much as Trump would love for us all to forget about the Epstein issue, it's just not going to happen. In fact, we're getting closer and closer to forcing the release of the files.
People should know September 23rd we'll have the 218 signature. 7 days from that we'll have the vote. First week of October, this is going to pass. There was someone who was coming in for Gerald Connolly's seat, and that got us to 217. On September 23rd, Rep. Grijalva's successor is going to be sworn in. It's going to go to the Senate. Schumer has already called for it being brought up in the Senate. This is the first time that the survivors are going to have justice. This is the first time that you've had Republicans, Democrats, MAGA progressives coming together to pass something. It's hopefully a moment of healing, not just for the victims or for this nation. If from the pain of the survivors, we find the will to start to bring this country together around principles, around basic principles, then maybe we can turn the corner as a nation. But I'm hoping between now and September 23rd, we may have one or two Republicans who find their voice and say, yeah, I'm going to stand up for survivors. And if Nancy Mace can do it, and Marjorie Taylor Greene can do it, and Lauren Boebert can do it, maybe the White House will be initially annoyed, but they will understand that I'm standing up for something actually that Trump and Vance campaigned on.
Trump's FBI has also been obliterated over this very issue.
Okay. I strongly encourage you to do that, Cash. This issue's not going to go away. And I think the central question for the American people is this. They know that Epstein trafficked young women. They want to know who, if anyone else, he trafficked these young women to. And that's a very fair question. I want to know that answer. And I think you're going to have to do more to satisfy the American people's understandable curiosity in that regard.
Personally direct that investigation so that you would sign such a...
Did I personally direct what investigation?
Of the Epstein records for any reference to President Trump?
Again, you are citing reporting that I think is baseless. We conducted an investigation of the Epstein case files pursuant to the direction of the President of the administration to provide all credible information, and we are working with Congress pursuant to a congressional subpoena to turn over all the documents we can. All individuals.
Who at DOJ and FBI was responsible for its drafting and conclusions?
Many individuals at the Department of Justice and the FBI are responsible.
There was no lead person?
The Attorney General leads the Department of Justice, and I lead the FBI.
So the Attorney General was responsible for that?
And now Trump just got a brutal surprise at the Windsor Castle in the UK. That's right, take a look at today's top story. Donald Trump just got a brutal surprise in the UK. On the eve of his visit to Windsor Castle, protesters staged a bold demonstration that lit up the historic walls with massive images of Trump side by side with Jeffrey Epstein. The projection stopped crowds in their tracks and instantly spread online, reigniting questions about Trump's past connections with the disgraced financier. For a president trying to project strength overseas, the optics could not have been worse. Instead of a grand welcome, Trump is now facing headlines dominated by Epstein's shadow, and a reminder that his controversies follow him wherever he goes.
On that tower, we see that tower behind me there, Tom, currently white. Just a few moments ago, protesters, anti-Trump protesters from the hotel opposite, we think, managed to project some images on there. And what were they of? As you can probably see from some of these pictures, Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein, Prince Andrew, and Jeffrey Epstein. That could not be a little more tricky and difficult just moments after Donald Trump arrived here. So, yeah, you couldn't really call it a security breach necessarily, but in terms of the diplomacy and laying on the charm, I'd say that was a bit of a massive failure. Let's just talk about tomorrow then, when they hope to put that kind of thing behind them.
Thanks so much for watching. Please click that like button and subscribe to Occupy Democrats so that you can stay informed and help us stop Donald Trump.